Hey team, welcome back to another website building tutorial, and if you're joining us for the first time, then my name's Stewart. Thanks for clicking through to this video. Now today I'm excited to guide you through this Weebly tutorial for beginners and help you quickly and easily build a professional free website step by step with the powerful website builder called Weebly. Now, just quickly before we go ahead and create your new website with Weebly, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already, and that way you'll stay updated with actionable videos and tutorials designed to equip you with the skills, knowledge, and tools to grow your small business online. And with that covered, let's jump over to my computer and let's get started with Weebly. Alright guys, before we dive in and show you how to create your free professional website with Weebly, first I want to highlight that the purpose of this tutorial is to actually build a professional website for a small business. So if you're here because you want to build a website for your online store, then this tutorial's not for you. However, if you have a small business, a service-based business, and you want to create a free, elegant website for your small business, then this tutorial is for you. So first things first, we need to head over to weebly.com and you'll arrive on this page, and all we need to do is head over to create your website, and here all you need to do is go ahead and enter all your personal information. And once you've gone ahead and added all your personal information, come down here and click I agree to Weebly's terms and privacy policy, then come down here and click continue. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of this tutorial, the purpose of today's video is to go ahead and actually show you how to make a free professional website for your small business. So we'd go ahead and select this option here, I just need a website. However, on the other hand, if you want to build an online store with Weebly and you want to start selling products online, then you'd go ahead and select this option. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and select I just need a website. And here Weebly will give you the option to select a pre-made theme. Now this just makes the website building process a lot easier, especially for beginners, because you have a theme to build from, to customize the way that you like. So head up here and navigate through all the different theme categories that Weebly has to offer, and then select the theme that best works for your business, that best represents your business, your website that you want to create. So for us, we're going to come down here and have a look at this theme here. So select on the theme and then you'll see the theme preview. And then all you need to do is navigate through the theme that you've just selected and make sure that it looks just like a theme that you want to build your website from. So I could select local. I like the look of this theme, so I'm going to navigate over to start editing and start editing my new website. Then here you have the option to register a new domain if you don't already have a domain name, or you can come down here and connect a domain you already own, so one that you've purchased in the past through maybe another provider. However, for the purpose of this tutorial, because we're building a free website, we want a free domain. So come down here and enter in your domain name. And as you can see, we've gone ahead and entered Stewart's Foods with a Z. And as you can see, this domain name is available. Now, because I'm using a subdomain of Weebly, this is a free domain. However, there will be Weebly branding. So as you can see, at the end of our domain, we'll have .weebly.com. However, because this is a tutorial to show you how to build a free website, we want our domain name to be free. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to navigate up here and select continue. And then come down here and select exit, because we're going to guide you through the website building process. Okay, so firstly, what we're going to do before we dive in and start customizing each page of your website is we want to navigate up to this top bar and discuss the important elements under each of these sections. Following this, we're going to jump over to the left-hand side and talk about the blocks and how you can actually go ahead and customize your website under build. But firstly, what we're going to do is discuss this top bar. So firstly, like we just mentioned, you have build, and this option is in regards to customizations and building and modifying the theme of each of your web page. So we're going to discuss these elements here, and we're going to talk about how you can make modifications on your website itself, on each web page itself, just by clicking and modifying the content. So we're going to discuss that shortly. Now, if we navigate up to pages, pages is essentially where you can create new pages. For example, I can come over here and select standard page, blog page, category page, and we have different options up here. Now, if you want to add another page, for example, about us, what you would do is you'd select standard page and come down here and type in about us and then navigate over to done. And as you can see, we now have 5 pages to customize. You can also see your 5 pages on your primary menu. Now you can also come over here under pages and you can actually drag these under each of the different pages to rearrange them. So for example, I want contact page at the end, and as you can see, rather than about us, it is now contact, and the contact is at the end here. Now you can also go ahead and create sub pages. So for example, if I wanted the menu to be under local as a sub menu, then as you notice, if we navigate over to local, we now have a sub menu under local. However, I do not want a sub menu. I want that to be its own individual page and category. So I'm going to leave that as it is with 5 individual pages. Then what we can do is navigate over to theme. If we select theme, this is where we can change the overall theme and style of our website. So remember, we picked this particular theme at the very beginning when we set up our Weebly account. So I'm going to navigate back to light because I kind of like that more modern light feel. Then you can change your theme again here if you like. If you decide you don't quite like this theme, you can go ahead and change that here. Then you can change your fonts and other theme options down here. Then if we navigate over to apps, apps is where you can essentially install different apps onto your website to essentially enhance the performance of your website. And for example, you could come down here, and this is an app example of what you could install onto your website for free. And basically this is a live chat service. So what you can do is take the time and go through all the different categories and identify the apps that you want on your website. But because this is just a beginner's tutorial, we don't actually want to dive into apps. You don't actually need any apps to create a professional free small business website. So we're going to navigate up to the top and click close. Then we want to navigate over to settings, and under settings is where you want to make sure your information is correct. For example, you want to name your site, so I'm going to go ahead and name our site the same as what we named our domain, which is Stewart's Foods with a Z. So I'm happy with that. Then come over here and click save. Then if we navigate down here, you can select your business category if you like. The security on your site is enabled. I'm happy with that. Then we can come down here and change some other information regarding our site details. Then we have SEO, but this is more for advanced users. Basically, this is going to allow you to optimize your website so it appears higher on search engines like Google. You can also add tracking codes from other businesses like Facebook, the Facebook Pixel, and also Google Analytics. So you can add your code in here and start tracking the traffic and the behavior on your website. So that's more for advanced users. Then we can come down to editors, and here you can actually add editors that you want help with essentially building your website and customizing your website. So maybe you have a small team that you want to help you essentially build your new website. Then you can come down to members. And under members, this is essentially where you can create a login for your customers or for your audience. So for example, if someone visits your website, they can become a member. So they can create their own account and register with your site. So this really depends on the type of business. For example, if you're a consultancy and you're building up a community of people and you want them to register on your site as a member, then you can go ahead and keep that selected. But because for the purpose of this tutorial, we're building a small business website, it's actually a cafe called Stewart's Foods, with a Z, and therefore we don't need people to actually register on our website. We just need a website that has information that people can find about our business, about our cafe. So with that said, you can go ahead and allow your visitors to become members, but we're going to leave that for now. Then you have apps again and blog. So if you have a blog on your site, then you can modify your blog settings. Then if we navigate over to help and click on support, if you have any questions about your Weebly account or you need some support, what you can do is add your questions in here and Weebly will bring up some suggested articles to help answer your question. Then if you need further support, you can come down to the bottom and you can get in contact with Weebly. They provide 24/7 support. So you can get in contact with them down here if you need extra support from a specialist. So if we head back to the top and navigate back to our dashboard, and then head back to build. Then along here, the last thing we want to mention is this preview button here. So basically, once you've completed your website, you've made the customizations that you want on each website page, and before you go publish and before you go live, then you can come over here and see what your website will look like on both desktop and mobile. Now, if I click mobile, the majority of your traffic is going to probably come from mobile. As mobile traffic is increasing, people are using their smartphones to look up information about businesses from the internet. So you want to make sure that your website is mobile responsive, so responsive on your mobile device as well as on desktop. And this is how your website's going to look on desktop. But essentially, you want to make sure that your website is responsive after you've made changes to your website. Then, like I mentioned before, you can go ahead and publish your website so it can be found online. And you can also upgrade if you want to upgrade to a paid plan and remove the Weebly branding on your footer. So because we're using a free plan, you're going to see Weebly branding on your website and in your domain, like we mentioned at the beginning when we selected a subdomain. Now, I'm happy with that. What we're going to do is actually go ahead and start making customizations to our website. So firstly, what we're going to do is head over to Pages and select the home page. And we're going to show you how to make customizations on the home page. So now what we want to do, we've got home page selected, navigate over to build, and now we can start customizing our home page. Now, Weebly offers a very simple website editor. So rather than a drag and drop website builder similar to Wix and other website builders on the market, Weebly offers a simple grid system when it comes to building each page of your website. So for example, if we highlight over each of these elements, you can see that there is a grid that shows up. Again, if we navigate down here, each element that we highlight is broken up into grids, and that's the simplicity of Weebly, because essentially this is going to help you not screw up your website because your website's built with even grids. So it's very hard to screw up the design of your website even if you have very little design experience and you're a complete beginner. Now if we navigate over to the left hand side, you'll notice that we have this section block here. Then below that we have individual block elements. So if we want to make any customizations to our website, or we want to add any elements or features to our website pages, all we need to do is drag these elements. But firstly, what we want to do is create a new section. So we want to create a new section below this blue line, so between these two sections. To do that, all we need to do is grab this section block here and drag that till you see that blue line highlight, and that will create a new section. So if we click out of that, what we can do is navigate over to these block elements, and now we can choose what we want in our new section. So for example, I could drag this image over here and drag that into these white spaces. So everywhere you can see these white spaces, you can essentially drag your image or other element into those areas. So I'm going to head back up to the new section that we just created and then drop that image into this section. And as you can see, we now have an image that we can add in here. So if I click on upload image, and here I can upload an image and add that to my section, but I'm going to exit out of that one for now. Then I can also navigate over here and grab another image, and I can put that to the left or the right side of this image. So for example, if I put it on the right hand side, that's going to break this section up into two areas. So now I've got two areas of my section. Again, I can grab another image, or for example, I can grab text and I can drag this element and put that, let's say, in the middle of these two images within this one section that we created. Now what I could do is double click here and start editing the text the way that I like. So for example, I could write in anything here about these two images, for example, and then there's the format bar up here, which allows me to essentially edit the text that I've just created. So go through this text editor and customize the text the way that you like. Now, with each of these other sections that are already here because of the theme that we initially chose, we can actually just click on these elements and start customizing. So for example, I could change this to my business name, which is Stewart's Foods. Oh, Foods with a Z. And then again, I have the text editor up here. I can reformat this header title here. Then up on the top left hand side of our website, you can see that we have our site name. Now I can turn this off. I can change the text to the name of our website, the name of our business, or I can upload a logo. Now I recommend uploading a logo of your business if you have one. If you don't already have a logo for your business, what you can do is head over to canva.com and create a logo for free. What I'll do is I'll put a Canva tutorial up above, which will guide you through how to create a free logo for your business, for your website. Now, what I want to do is just quickly change the text. So I'm going to select text and then double click here and change that to Stewart's Foods again. And then I'm happy with that. Again, I could change this to something more compelling. It could be a call to action like, check out our amazing menu and it will blow your mind. No, but you can kind of be creative and change that to suit your business, to suit your website. Then again, I could change this item up here and say, welcome. I'm happy with that. Again, I can change this button. And if I click here, what's going to happen is it's going to bring up the settings for this button. So I can change the button text, the style, I can change the positioning of this button. So I like it on the left hand side. Then I can link this to a particular page on my website. So because it says reserved table, I could change that again, and I can change it to maybe contact us or call us now. So for example, if I click phone, I can add a phone number, and any individual that clicks that button will end up calling our business. Or I can link this button to another website or just another page on this website. So the customizations are completely up to you. So we'll navigate out of that one again by clicking out of here. Then if we head over here, again, I can highlight this and I can change the text. I can also link the text to another page. So because that's all about our menu, what I can do is click standard page and then select menu and link this button or this text to this menu page. So I'm happy with that. Then you can click open a new window if you like, but we're going to leave that as it is and click out of that. And now if someone clicks on this button, it's going to take them to the menu. And if we change this reserved table to, for example, book now, if we had a book now page, which we don't, we could do that. So the customizations are completely up to you. Then again, you can delete each element. So if I want to delete this image, I just select delete and then delete again. And then again, I can come over to these element blocks and I could add another button. So for example, I could add that down here and that's going to show up below this text element up here. And again, I can click on the button and I can change this to, let's say, contact us. And then I can head up here and I can change the settings like I showed you earlier. I could click link and link this to a standard page and our contact page down here. And I'm happy with that. So if someone clicks this button, it's going to take them to the contact page of our website. And then we have other elements down here. So we have categories, we have social icons. If I navigate down to the bottom of this page, what I can do is add social icons. So for example, I could grab this and come down here, and below this section here, I could add social icons. So there we go. I'm happy with that. Again, I could click on this section and I can click manage icons, and then I can add my website link, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, or email to these social icons. And all I need to do is click Facebook, and then I'll just add my Facebook business page URL in here, and that's going to link my Facebook business page, and you can do that with all these different social links. So I'll exit out of that one. Now there's lots you can do. Again, you can customize each of these. You can come down here and delete this element if you like. So I could delete this element. Now you can also delete the section, because remember we've got section and then we have the element. So this is a section and these are the elements within the section. So if I wanted to delete the section, all I need to do is click the background. I can edit the background if I want and change the color or add an image. I can move the section or delete it. So if I want to delete the section, all I need to do is click delete. And that's going to remove that entire section. Again, I can come down here and add a new section if I like by simply dragging the section block, and then I could add anything in here. So for example, I can select one of these menu items here, or I can click out of the screen and select one of these block elements and drag that into this section. So I could, for example, grab a gallery and I could drag the gallery into our section here. And then all I'd need to do is upload a bunch of images, and that's going to create a gallery for my homepage. But for now, I'm going to exit out of that one and delete that. And I'm going to leave an empty section here. I kind of like that. It gives the website some space between elements. Then I can also come down here and show all elements. So we've got more elements down here. For example, we've got a slideshow we can add. We can add a video to our website. We can also add a Google map. So for example, if I add a map and drag that down here, I now have a Google map on our homepage. I can now double click here and I can change the address to our business address, and then there's other options down here, but I'll exit out of that one for now. Again, we have a YouTube video. We can create a RSVP form survey, and then we have a contact form, which is the last element I want to discuss, which is over here. So for example, if I drag the contact form and place that above the map, now I have a contact form. Now if I click here, I can start customizing the contact form and the different fields. So again, on the left hand side, you can notice that we no longer have the options we did before, because these are the options, the block elements for our contact form. Now as you can see, we've got name, email and comment. So that's a pretty standard contact form. I'm pretty happy with that, but you can go ahead and say, for example, drag this check boxes, and I could put that below the email. And as you can see, that's going to require the individual to choose these options. And again, I can click here and customize the different fields for this checkbox. I can also add text, an image, a phone number field, address field. You've got a lot of options here. So customize your contact form the way that you like. So ideally, you want your contact form on your contact page. However, you can have this on your home page as well as another area that people can essentially get in contact with you. A lot of people just arrive on the home page and they find all the information they need on their homepage, and they don't actually navigate throughout the website. So make sure you have sufficient information about your business on your homepage. Then we can navigate over to form options, and here it's important to edit your form name and then make sure that your business email is in here, because when someone submits this contact form, you're going to receive an email from that contact form submission to this email address that you have in here. So make sure that's correct. And then you can come down here and add a confirmation message, and then you can change the spacing, buttons, and then Google Capture, which we can turn on, and that's just going to stop spam. Now I'm happy with that. I'm going to exit out of that one and click Save. And as you can see, we now have a contact form at the bottom of our website. So it looks pretty ugly at the moment, but I mean, take the time to customize your website the way that you like, because we've all got different websites, different businesses with different styles and layouts. So make sure you take the time to customize your website. Then what you want to do is navigate through to these other pages and make sure you customize each of these pages the way that you like. So navigate through all of your pages and make sure they represent your business, they represent your brand. Then once we're satisfied with all the changes we've made to each of our web pages, then head back to your home page, and now what we want to do is make sure that our website is responsive. To do that, all we need to do is again head over to this preview button, and you can select mobile and view what your website will look like on mobile and desktop. So we briefly mentioned this earlier. Just make sure that your website is responsive, based on all the different changes that you've made to this theme, to this website. Then when you're happy and satisfied with your website and you're ready to go live, just navigate over to Publish. Then again, you'll have the option to choose your website domain. However, we're still happy with the free subdomain of Weebly. So that's our business name, stewartfoods.weebly.com. I'm happy with that because it's completely free. So with that said, I'm going to come up here and click continue. And congratulations, just like that, your website is now live and people can find your website and contact you via your website. So you're now up and running online. You can come down here and you can copy your URL. You can copy this and send that to potential people. You can add it to your social media channels. You can share it via email or these different social media options down here. And then you have the option to upgrade if you like. But with that said, you have completed and created your free professional website with Weebly, and you are now up and running online. And that is it, guys, for this Weebly tutorial for beginners. You should now have the complete confidence to go ahead and build your stunning free website with Weebly. Now, if you have any questions about this tutorial, make sure to pop them down below. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this tutorial all the way through to the end. If you got value, make sure you leave a like below the video. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. And that way I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.